Hello YouTube, welcome back to a new video. Actorious here, and today we're going to be going over the latest Galaxy patch notes, specifically being version 0.99999.18 and what that's going to mean for your ship. So before we get into that, there are two new room skins available, one for the February tournament winners, which were the Trek Federation, and they received a limited edition skin for the Auxiliary Booster Room, which is the Cosmic Omnipillar Energizer. There's also another room skin which is available for $60, and that's the Shield Capacitor, which is available for the Shield Capacitor room. There are also 7 new room skins available for bucks and 3 ship stickers. Each room is 1.2 thousand bucks. So Solar Flare designed the Neon City Tour, which is for the Car Garage Bucks bedroom. You've also got Yang Leon Spirit, who designed the Super Destructive Rave version A, that's for the BFR. You've also got Kroak, who designed the Overwhelming Rune for the Auxiliary Booster. Festric Martican, who designed the Pen Launcher for the Missile Room. Slivy27, who designed the Ionochka for the Ion Cannon. Mick10 designed the Precision Penetrator Launcher for the Missile Room, and Cat Carrier commissioned the design of the Kitty Bombshell Launcher by Carbonar for the drone hangar. We also saw 3 stickers added to the game, which are the Curse by Jim's Cleaning, Cute Dog by Srata, and Hydro Rises by Pumpkin Pie. Now, time to get stuck into the real changes that are actually going to affect you. So, there's been quite a bunch of reworking done to shields. The shield generator room reload time reduced from 6.5 to 6 seconds, the shield generator room max capacity reduced from 13 to 12, the shield generator room shield restore increased from 1.6 to 2, the shield battery room reload time reduced to 4.5 seconds, and the shield overcharger room reload time reduced from 25 to 10 seconds, really big jump there. The shield overcharger room max capacity increased from 3 to 5, and then you've also got the shield overcharger room shield restore reduced from 6 to 5, and the shield capacitor room max capacity has reduced from 4 to 3. The shield reload for all rooms has been buffed. The shield capacitor now won't be as useful, but the shield overcharger room is definitely going to be much more powerful than it was previously. These changes are going to nerf gunships, especially burst ships, and turtle ships will also find it much easier to draw out battles. If you're not a pure gunship and are a hybrid, you shouldn't see too much of a difference, since these shield changes are going to be affecting both you and your opponent, and that's as long as your strategy doesn't rely too heavily on dropping shields. There have also been some reworks to evasion. So the engine room max evasion increased from 25 to 30%, the ship thruster room max evasion increased from 15 to 20%, the fusion drive engine room max evasion increased from 20% to 25%, and missile tracking damage now reduces the percentage of enemy invasion. So what does this mean? So missile tracking being percentage based instead of reducing just a flat amount means it's going to deal tracking, or rather evasion reduction, relative to your enemy's current evasion. So whereas previously if your enemy had 50% evasion and you hit them with a 10% tracking missile, their evasion would drop to 40%, that's just 50 minus 10 is 40. However, now if you have another missile with a 10% tracking stat, it's going to take away 10% of that 50%. So 50 divided by 10 is 5, 50 minus 5 is 45, and that means the enemy will now have 45% evasion. This means it's going to be much easier to reduce super high evasion enemies' evasion stat, but it makes it a lot harder to reduce an enemy's evasion when it's already quite low. So there's sort of going to be a lower bound, you're going to really struggle to get evasion below. So for example, if an enemy has 125% evasion, which is the new max with all engine rooms, and you hit them with, let's say, a 10% tracking missile, that would reduce their total evasion by 12.5%, which is quite a lot. That's in comparison to if they've only got 30 evasion, in which case 10% is 3, you'll only take 3% off, they'll be left with 27% evasion. So the Photon Phaser has also had its stats adjusted, so it's still got the same DPS, but its reload time has reduced and its damage per shot has reduced. This means that boosting it is far more worthwhile than rushing it is. Also, the strategy of keeping it at 1 power with a full reload and no target set, then instantly farming it once the enemy regenerates shield is now not as good as it used to be, due to less damage per shot and faster shield reloads coupled with faster PP reloads. And as a quick side note, the shield buff to craft has had its reload time reduced from 2 to 1.5 seconds, and it may be worth considering running this if you're struggling to break down shields after this patch. We've also seen a huge reduction in android craft and missile building times. This is going to be great for making it easier for players to grind battles, especially those pen spammers. Personally, I've already seen a few happy fleet mates in chat, and I hope that's extending across the entire community. And you can see all of these changes on screen now, as you can see, very significant. If you do want to look at all of the different changes done, I'll put a link in the description so you can scroll through it and read it yourself. So alongside these changes, there have also been a variety of bug fixes, quality of life improvements, and increases for max capacity and ammo regeneration times for a variety of rooms. So for example, you can now see donations even while all of your donation slots are full, and this is going to allow you to decide whether you want to swap out some crew. That's for fleet donations, by the way. You can also now get information on market listings if the ship level requirements aren't met, and you're supposedly meant to be able to see training results in game before starting training, which should remove the need for calculators. However, apparently this is spewing out incorrect numbers. I'd advise you to continue using calculators for the time being. Now then, if you aren't already, I'd really appreciate it if you could use my creator code Actorious in game. This means that I get a small cut of every purchase you make in the store in Pixel Starships at no extra cost to you, and it's a great way to support the channel and I really appreciate it. Now, thank you for watching. If you liked and enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, leave a comment if you have any questions or you've got a future video idea, I'd really appreciate it, and subscribe if you want to see more like this. Thanks.